What's going on, fam? Listen, we over here in South Kakalaki, y'all. We get ready to go through this great storm. But if you have your face in the place, y'all know what time it is. We're gonna have an amazing night tonight, as always. My day today was filled with what? Meditation, as always. Meditation is a good thing, right? It allows you to get caught up on what you need to get caught up on. ATL in the house. Maybe I see your Queen Octavia is in the house. I know tonight is going to be probably a slow night because everyone is preparing themselves for the storm that is coming, right? But listen, let's get this thing in. I have an amazing wine for you all, right? And what I want you all to do is go ahead and hit that share button because what? Sharing is what? Caring. Let me check our YouTube channel out. Of course, you all know we're streaming live to YouTube, right? I'm pretty sure most of you are. And we're streaming live. I'm pretty sure most of you are. Maybe. Y'all good? All right. ATL. I'm trying to see if Facebook will move us through this. You know, they'd be a little slow on everything. The priestess is in the house. Hey, priestess. Yeah, tonight's going to be a night. We're going to talk about liberty versus freedom. And we've been along these lines before. But I think it's very important that we really tackle this because I don't think, and this is my opinion, I don't think that we really understand the dynamics of freedom versus liberty or liberty versus freedom. This is very important to understand because whatever you're projecting basically is what you inevitably are going to what manifest. So your words are going to create exactly what you project, right? Come on, talk to me. It's all right. It's Wind Down Wednesday, therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation, baby. You're on the People's Podcast, right? Oh yeah, we the People's Podcast. Uh-huh. This is where the people come to be heard and you can share your thoughts, your comments, right? And be heard without all of the noise. We don't play up in here. We don't play with trollers. We don't play with those that are contrary to what the conversation is, right? This is a safe space for you to be able to come in and speak your mind, right? Because it is respect for your opinions and your thoughts. Here and where Wind Down Wednesday, therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation. And as you all know, I always say if you ain't grown, get your ass out the room. So if you come in the room and you don't stay in the room, we know you ain't grown. What we do know is that grown folk are going to come in the room and have a grown folk conversation. It's grown folk time. If you look at what's happening is our young people are on a mission. Why? Because the grown folk have left their position. Oh, damn, that rhymed, didn't it? Position. Okay. Mission, position. Okay. That kind of rhymed a little bit. Yeah, I am your host. Isn't that something, family? Yo, come on in here. Let's get this thing started. right? Give yourselves a hand. You understand me? And to bring y'all in, let's do this. Vamo, like my baby say. Vamo. Wow, wow. Yes, indeed. Yeah, again, we're in South Kakalaki, baby. The weather it was beautiful today. It was 50 some degrees, almost 60. But it's always the calm before the what? The storm. Because we do know what's happening. A storm is on its way. Yes, indeed. A storm is on its way. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Shout out. Happy belated birthday to my daughter Karaya. Yes, indeed. Also to Kametya, my daughter. I have two of them that's in this month. And then shout out my oldest sister. Birthday is tomorrow. Shout out to Yolanda Clay Peaton, her birthday. And then shout out also my son, which was on last Wind Down Wednesday podcast, the People's Jeff Jr. His birthday is also the 28th of this month. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to you, Jeff. And shout out to all of you all that are having birthdays, solar return days, born days, whatever you desire to label that under, it's all right with me. We have no problems at all with that, right? Definitely not in Wind Down Wednesday where the grown folk meet, because it's all about grown folk what? Conversation. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Again, everybody hit that share button, and we're going to get ready to get into this conversation. I'm going to get ready to pour this wine up, and we're going to do what we do. Y'all know how we do it, right? How we do it in Wind Down Wednesday. hmm Y'all know how we do it in Wind Down Wednesday. Just taking a moment. Let me hit a couple of shares out here, fam, and we're going to get at this here like we always do. Y'all know how we do it. Because what? Sharing is what? That's right, caring. Sharing is caring. Hit that share button. Yes, indeed. Everybody good? Y'all good out there? Okay. That's what's up. hmm Yep, yep. Hit that share button. Stop. Pause for the cause. hmm hmm Y'all like that background music? I think it's on like a telephone. hmm Yep, yep, yep. Okay. All right. I put it in, y'all. Y'all put y'all shares in as I put my shares in. Y'all know how this go. Uh-oh. Oh, he in the house, y'all. Wait a minute. Hold on. Dag nabbit. Hold on just 1 minute. The man himself just walked in the room, y'all. Let me put him up here. Hey, y'all. They relaunching Their podcast, Men Can't Always Be Wrong. You understand me? What's going T Swin is in the house, baby. Y'all look at that. Love is for who? Suckers, baby. This is a great read. If y'all haven't got an opportunity to pick that up yet, y'all better get it and read it. Say what? Y'all better get it and what? And read it. Oh, yes, indeed. T Swin, baby. Oh, Curtis Attaway. I see you. Let me put you up here. Oh, Tracy Love's brother down in 305. Miami, baby. We got Miami in the house. Oh, it's going to be on like a telephone, y'all. It's going to be on like a telephone. AT&T, Bell South, Cricket, Verizon. Listen here, ain't none of got nothing on what we about to do tonight, baby. Listen, I got an amazing wine brought to you by none other than the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby. In tonight's podcast, the People's Podcast, Wine Down Wednesday, Therapy with a Sip, is going to be brought to you by none other than the Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, the Singletary, T-Spin, Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast, baby. Oh, those are your sponsors tonight. We get ready to get it on. We're going to pull this plane. And we're going to talk about tonight liberty versus freedom. And we've been along these lines. But I think it's imperative that we really drum this home because it is very important, because we're in perilous times. We have leadership that is on a mission to destroy everything that deals with the ability for you to be who you really are. We can talk about it. Y'all get ready. Find out. All right. DW, baby, 217 in the house. What's going on, dude? Y'all still getting snow up there? We about to get it out here in South Carolina. Oh, we about to get snow, ice, and everything. Hey, we about to get what y'all got back a couple of years or a year or so ago when all that snow came out there and throw down everything out there in Texas, baby. But listen, let's go ahead on and pour up this wine and let's get ready to get into this conversation. So for you, for me, and for us, those of you that are in the room, please put on the timeline what the topic is. Liberty versus freedom, right? Liberty versus freedom. And it's going to be, and I trust and I think that this conversation is going to go really, really, really fast, right? Okay. No, not for now. Okay, 217. Let us get into this. We're going to get into this. But let me introduce you all to this wine first. Brought to us by none other than the master teacher, the quantum, the shape, the code breaker, baby. Yeah, that's right. 217, DW, Dorothy Wilson, hey, Kubu, for us, by us. And if you have a business, do this for you, for me, and for us. Put it on the timeline. And T, if you're still in the room, I know you're probably oscillating, but if you're still in the room, put all of your information out there so they'll know where to find you and find your book. Okay? All right. All right. I was looking for my little cousin to come in the room and put her business out there. Treated Vibration by Kapara. Yeah. So let me do this. Oh, let me introduce you first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Look at here. This is from Italy. Chianti is the red one. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm getting ready to pull it up and we get ready to get into this. conversation. If you're in the room, let us know you're in the room so we can shout you out. This is this. This is the People's Podcast, baby. Boo-boo. For us, by us. Right? Listen, if you're in the room and we're on the same page, go ahead and do this for you, for me, and for us. Put on the timeline the People's Podcast. Oh, she's in the house, y'all. There she is. Stop your fuss. It's the Empress. Ooh. Let me pull up this bell. Y'all know how I do it. Uh-oh. Stop right there. Oh, that bell. Because y'all know this all they give us is a bell when we go to the restaurant, right? And then they charge us what? 14, 14 what? 99. Y'all know what they charge us. 14.99, right? Oh, y'all coming on up in here. Let's take in that for you. See, okay, you still go on. Serious. Yeah. You'll be fussing later on. Anyway, 8217, what's going on? Miss McClendon. How you doing, Chocolate? Yes, indeed. That's one of my beautiful sisters out of the 217 area, baby. 217, oh, you know what? 217 has really been representing here lately. I want to shout you all out, man. I thank you all for that love. The big fella Benji resides now in the ATL. Is out of the 217. My son was on 217. Oh, we represent y'all. We gonna make it do what it do. I'm gonna give the first toast tonight. Just I'm gonna let everyone else know. I'm gonna give the first toast. But again, for you, for me, and for us, stop on it. That's right. It's the People's Podcast, baby. Put it out there. That's right. There she is. My little cousin came in the house, beat it by Drake. Yes, indeed. AT Swing, you already know, baby. It's the People's Podcast. Flying down Wednesday. Listen, and y'all make sure y'all tune in, and they're back up and running. Men and Always Be Wrong podcast, baby. T Swin and J Bean, baby. They be on it. They have some awesome topics, right? We're similar in what it is that we do, right? Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queen. Let me put this up here. Yeah, y'all give me just a moment to adjust. Yeah. Let me let me let me go old school on y'all. Let me say this. Let me go old school on y'all. Let me go old school on y'all. Y'all remember this one? Hold on, hold on. Let me silence the background music. Let me go old school on y'all. Y'all remember this one? Do not attempt to adjust your radio. There is nothing wrong. Who, me? I'm Lollipop Man, known as the long-haired sucker. A big mouth funky people. I want my funk uncut. We gonna party P-Funk. I want my funk uncut. Yeah. How many of y'all know something about that? If you know something about that, put a one on the timeline. I don't think y'all know nothing about that. You understand me? I think I'm gonna beat all y'all doing it. But anyway, I want to party P-Funk. I want my funk uncut. How many of y'all want your funk uncut? I want mine's uncut. Go and get that funk out there, baby, and let's get it on. Let's get it on. Oh, oh, it's wind down Wednesday, baby. Pick with a sip, grown folk conversation, man. You're hanging out with who? Your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander, right? On the People's Podcast. Hey, listen, let's go ahead and get this toast on, and we're gonna get in, we're gonna get into this conversation. Hold on, let me hit this timeline because I see y'all representing. And one thing I learned about being out here on this timeline, when you recognize people, guess what? They participate, right? because they become relevant. And so, what I want you all to know is that this is the People's Podcast. And I'm telling you all, y'all ain't gonna hear this nowhere else. If y'all hear somebody else saying it's the People Podcast, y'all know where they got it from. They got it from the one because I'm the originator. Now, hey, I'm the originator, right? I don't mind duplicators, but I'm the originator, baby. Mhm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, here we go. I'm gonna give this toast, y'all. Here it is. May you live forever, and shall I never die. Salute, salute, salute. Ooh, yo, this is an aroma that's off the chain. Oh, he in the house, y'all. He just stepped in. I see you. I see you, Crown. Yes, sir. Mm. Ooh, we, y'all. I'm gonna take it easy on this here, right here, because when Kizzy bring her little short butt in the room, she be talking about, "Daddy is slurring." But listen, let's go ahead on and get into this conversation. Let me drop something on y'all. I want y'all to look at something real quick, and we're gonna get into this conversation. Because when you start talking about liberty versus freedom, and if you notice, our conversation have always been about what? Liberation. That's okay to kick the door open, right? But you have to move beyond liberation. And I want to kick the ball down the field, and then I want to ruffle some feathers. It doesn't matter to me because I think it creates great conversation, right? And here's what I want everyone to note, understand, and understand that we don't debate here. I don't debate with anybody, first of all. However, I will have a conversation with you because debating is a very negative word if you look it up. It really actually means to demean someone, right? So the best possible thing to have is what? A conversation. A conversation. And this is what we do here in the grown folk setting. We have a what? A conversation. Yeah. Thank you, JP. 100. Yes, indeed. Okay. So let me put this up and then let's converse. Right. I want to take a look at this. Okay. Let's look at that. Can you all see that? If you can see that, so that we can all get on the same page, put one on the timeline. I know that this is an exercise, and it's okay because it allows all of us to share in what's going on. If you can see that, put a one on the timeline because I want all of us to get on the same page so we can all be in the same conversation. Okay. So now what I did was I put the conversation out there so you all can see it. Okay. So that we can all be on the same page when we get into this conversation. Right. And then what that also allows us to note is that there's some outsiders that are not coming in, but they're watching. And that's okay. We invite you in. If you want to stay on the outside and look in, that's okay. We good. We just want you to hear the conversation because it's going to be top-notch conversation. Because those that come into the room and get on the chat, listen, they know what they are talking about, right? Okay. Now, real quick, before we get into this conversation, family, everybody hit that share button, including me. I'm hitting it now. Hit the share button. And I want to say something too. Family, this is very important. I really want to say this is I want to say this because it's important. There are those that proclaim that, hey, you know what? I'm really with you. I support you. But then when it comes time for you to present yourself, you never show up. And that's okay. Listen, I'm not complaining, but I'm recognizing there are certain things that we have to recognize that are happening because they become a pattern. And when a pattern happens, then you have to recognize that and then you have to deal with that pattern. So in this particular season, what's going to happen is I'm going to start blocking those that say they're with me, but when I'm doing something, they never show up, or they are in spurts. I know I deal with a lot of people that are professionals and they have their own podcasts and different types of things like that. They know that I'm not talking to them, right? Because I'm talking to those that say that they're with me and don't show up. This is not a complaint. I'm not insecure in any type of way. And let me share something. I'm not new to this. I've been doing this for over 20 some years. I've been online for over 20 some years. I just flipped over to this particular element to bring forth information to those that need it. Oh, I've been doing this, right? So let's not get confused. But what I am saying to you is if you're going to do this, show your support, donate, donate. Don't sit back and say someone else is going to do it. You take the opportunity to do what? To show, to donate, to show your what? Support. A content creator has a tremendous job. There's a great deal of pressure on those that really do the job, okay? That really do the job. There are those that are out here with this fly by night type of information that people are real quick to get on because right, you're not held accountable for it. One of the things about us, when you encounter the one, he's going to hold you accountable for your information. Did you get it? And if you got it, let me know. Right? Let me know you got it. Right? Okay. So, and one of the things here's the thing. I'm not concerned about who support me because I have a staff that supports me, hold my arms up and make sure that I'm okay. So when I come out to share information with you all, it's for your purpose, right? It's for the purpose of dispelling the misinformation and the disinformation. And one of the things about it is that you can fact find whatever I'm saying, and as well as my constituent, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker. You can fact find what it is that we're talking about. Okay. So we're not confused, but what we're trying to do is bring you information without bringing some type of where you have to come and sign into a page and pay dividends. Now, I'm not knocking those. There are those that have earned the right to be able to do that. And that's okay. I'm not knocking that. But for me and my house, I give up free game, baby. And all I ask you to do is listen, show your appreciation, show your respect, and donate. That's all. That's all I require. When you in Wind Down Wednesday, therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation, the People's Podcast, right? Y'all see the information. It's ticketing across the bottom. Okay. So, so let me put this out here again because I know it's the past, but I want you all to see this. Look at this. I'm gonna put this back up here. Okay. All right. Liberty is the permission or right granted by a system or government to act freely. What y'all think about that? And if you want to come up and discuss this, let me know and I'll drop a link on the timeline and I'll pull you up. But what do you all think about this? Liberty is the permission or right granted by a system or government to act freely. Now, just I want you to take a minute and think about that. It is a right granted. Mm. Isn't that interesting? I want you to take a second and just think about that. I got that up there for you to see it. Can you see it? If you can see it so that we can all get on the same page, put a 2 on the timeline, right? And while we doing that, let's take a toast. Salute. Mhm. I hear you, Prince of Peace. J.P. Hall, the Prince of Peace. He says, yes, liberty still restrains us. I agree. Okay. All right. All right. I see y'all hidden out there. I see y'all hidden. Isn't that something? That's what's up. The master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby, says liberty wears the cloak of still asking permission to do something. See, this is one thing. Listen, this is one thing that I love about our people in wind down. We're very astute because most of us have done our homework and researched. And if not, we have the ability to absorb information and then make a educated opinion, right? Because some of our opinions are just our opinions, but some opinions are based upon education too, because there's something that we've studied and we give forth that opinion, right? And that's why is that? Because we may not have a degree, but because we have studied, our opinion is fact based. Are y'all gonna talk to me tonight? Come on here. You're gonna talk to me. Oh, it's oh yeah. We 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 fail to have the kinds of relationships that allow us to download the kind of information that causes us to integrate it and allow us to come up with logical thinking, that this is logical. So therefore, yeah, I'm going to go with that. And then there are times that we can take really good information, download it, and be like, nah, nah, I'm not going to deal with that. That's when we're in our feelings because it doesn't what agree with our ignorance. And you all have heard me talk about this misinformation, disinformation, right? That we tend to want it to agree with our ignorance. Okay. When what we should want is that, okay, so this information isn't agreeing with me. Let me understand why it isn't agreeing with me. Excuse me just for 1 second. Why isn't it agreeing with me, right? Because why? You have downloaded misinformation and disinformation. Okay. Okay. Let me hit you out on this timeline. I think it's very important that we acknowledge each other. And those of you that think that it takes up too much time, get your ass out the room. I'm not concerned with you. But what I am concerned is with those that are participating and want to share, right? And recall that if you want to come up and share in what it is that we're doing, please note that, let me know and I bring you up. But let me put this out here again and let's look at it. And then we're going to, let me see if anyone has. Thank you for your donation, Queen Octavia. Thank you for your donation, Prince of Peace. Thank you. Okay. Yes, recognition is a good thing. Yes. Okay. Now, let me put this up here again and let's see what let's let's look at this. Let's talk about it. Liberty is the permission or right granted by a system or government to act freely. So in other words, you can't do anything without checking in with someone to make sure it's okay. But isn't that what all of our movements have been about? The black movement and everything. When you look at the Black Panthers, right? It was about what? Liberation, to be liberated. And that's okay. Now, understand that I'm not knocking that, but what I'm sharing with you is that it stops short of the goal. What is the goal? The goal is to be what? Free. And we're going to get into that definition in just a second. But the goal is to be free. Isn't that what we want to be? Free. Not to be liberated, because when we're liberated, we still have to answer to those who are in authority. We know who's in authority, our European counterparts, for educational purposes only, right? Okay, so if you take a moment and just kind of reflect and think about it, that's what our counterparts want us to do, to only be liberated. Why? So that they always know what the objective is. What is our objective? What are you all trying to do in the black community? What are the black preachers? trying to achieve? Are the black preachers still as they were back in antiquity? When we did what? When we utilized the script that our European counterparts gave us for educational purposes, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. But isn't that what they gave it to us for? So that we would step and dance according to their tune, right? Okay. Isn't that what that was all about? That we would dance and sing according to what their tunes were? Take a moment and think about it. And if you're cognizant of that, in other words, are you aware of that? Go ahead and put a one on the timeline. If you know anything about that, I think I beat all of you. Y'all tonight, y'all slow to the draw. Every now and then, yeah, no, right. Every now and then, the family beat me to it. Put a one on the time. Yeah, yeah. Now, let me go up and tap on these comments because I think it's very important. Okay, there we go. Queen Octavia. Recognition is a good thing. 217 DW. Simply because it's not what they want to hear, because they always want to be right in their own way. Okay. Queen Octavia says, you use liberty to try to get freedom. I agree. It's the door opener, right? You get your foot in the door. Uh the uh the priestess says, yes, absolutely facts. 100% liberation. Okay. Oh, she's in Dr. Stephanie is in the house tonight. Peace, Queen. Yes. Okay. All right. Let me tap on y'all. I got you. I got y'all coming. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. The Prince of Peace says, yes, we want to be free. I agree, because that's what I want. Freedom. Yes, indeed. The priestess says freedom. The W217 says we was born free. Absolutely. It's a universal right. Yeah. Queen Octavia says self-reflection is always harder than critiquing someone else. Yes. Queen Octavia also says liberation equals ask for permission. Yes, indeed. Exactly. That's my point that I'm getting to. And all of these ones on the timeline, you all know y'all put them out there. So let those fly through, and we're gonna get to this. DW217 says progression for ourselves and our children. The white folks do or theirs in the other cultures do theirs. Every dollar they make is for them in theirs. I agree. Good point. Oh, RJ is in the house. I see you, Libra. Ronald Jackson, 217, baby. 217 is representing. Oh, there he is. T. Swin says in the military, they would tell us liberty is a privilege and it can easily be taken away. Isn't that something? Did y'all hear what T. Swin said? Let me leave that just for a second because he's former military. A number of my buddies are military. And T is putting it out there on the line for you all. Look at that. I just want to leave that there just for a second, right? In the military, they would tell us liberty is a privilege and it can easily be taken away, right? but you can't take away someone's freedom, right? Look at that. Isn't that something? DW 217. Pay taxes to folks that tax us all our lives. Make it make sense. I hear you. That makes sense. Look at y'all. There, little buddy is. Look at her. Look at her. Come in the room now. Hey, Kizzy. Como está usted? Let's take a toast, y'all. Oh, yeah. Salute. Salute. Ooh. Mm, yes. Okay. So let's take a look at freedom. Let me put this out here. Give me just a second. I got y'all, fam. We gonna make it do what it do, baby. Mhm, mhm. Isn't that something? Estoy bien, gracias. Iste. Muy bien, gracias. Huh? Mm, okay. All right. Here we go. DW, baby, 217. Right. Like the same thing they say when they want to systematically train us like monkeys, do what we say or else. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Right? Okay. Let me do this again. They wouldn't let me uh, post it. Okay. There. Okay. Now, look at this. Can you all see that? If you can see that. Oh, there she is, y'all. Look who came. There she is. Fayetteville, baby. North Kakalaki in the house. Listen, we got North Kakalaki, Buffalo, New York, Illinois, ATL, South Kakalaki. We got everybody in the house, y'all. Isn't that something? Okay, let's look at this. Look at that. What does it say? Freedom is the natural state of being free without what? Y'all see that? What is freedom? What is freedom? If you have an understanding of what freedom is, so that we can all get on the same page, put a three out there. Three represents the perfected realm of the spirit. My spirit is whole. I completely spiritually understand what it means to be free from tyranny. Oh, y'all, he in the house. Look at here. The intuitive one, baby. Craig Leverett just come in. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Recall that if you want to come up and you have some information that you want to divulge, you want to talk about, let me know. I'll drop a link on the timeline and you can come up and hang out. Okay. All right. Okay. Correct. Queen Octavia. Hmm. Hmm. Look at that. Isn't that something? Say it again. There it is. All right. I see those threes. Let me put y'all out here so we can represent. Yes, indeed. We represent tonight, man. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip. Grown folk conversation. Give me just a moment so that I can shout out the sponsors for tonight. Tonight's sponsors are the Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia, the Master Teacher, the Quantum Shifter, the Shape Shifter, the Code Breaker, baby, Pastor Singletary, and T Swin. Men can't always be wrong podcast. And let me add one more. Queen Tracy and Anthony Love out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Yes, indeed. All right. Queen Kizzy says, when you can truly yourself and not give a fuck what they say or think, I'm free to be me. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Y'all know Kizzy gonna say it the way it need to be said, when it need to be said, and cause it need to be said. Shout out to Queen Kizzy. Let me read that one more time. Let me read that one more time, and we're gonna toast to that because Queen Kizzy. I told y'all before she even got in here, she gonna say it the way it need to be said. It when you can truly be yourself and not giving a fuck what they say or think, I'm free to be me. And this is for educational purpose only. The language is for educational purposes only, right? Entertainment purposes only. Yes. Salute, salute, salute. Mm, mm, mm. Interesting. Y'all got me through a bail. I think I'm gonna get in trouble tonight by my queen. She told me you drink too much. I'm messing with y'all. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. So Dorothy, what you say? 217. Read that comment, y'all, while I'm pouring up this next bail. Hopefully, y'all won't get me through this. We got 5 minutes left. Y'all know I only keep y'all for 60 minutes. Okay. So let me pour up this next bail. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, a bail. See? Y'all know that's all. Listen, that's all they give us when we go to the restaurant. It's a bail, right? And then they charge us $14.99. How many of y'all ever paid $14.99? I'm not going to ask you to put anything on the timeline, but I know I have $14.99. DW says to me to think and speak and have your being on your own and not someone thinking and speaking for you. To be Dorothy, I know what you're saying. To be able to think and speak and have your being on your own and not someone thinking and speaking for you. Great point. I got you. I got you. I had to just take a minute and decipher. You my home girl, 217. You know I get on you all the time about this. But I love you, girl. You know you my girl. She always be texting me, y'all tell me, I got you, big bro. I love you, big bro. And y'all know what I always tell her back? I love you too, the sis. That's my girl, DW, baby. 217, Dorothy Wilson, y'all. Y'all give her a hand. Put some hands out there on the timeline. For DW, baby. This is the what? The People's Podcast, baby. This is where you come to be recognized. Come on here. And to be what? And to be celebrated. We celebrate each other in here, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. All right, DW. I put you out there again. Now, for all of y'all, put those threes out there. Okay. Yep. To not be someone's puppet on the string. I agree. It's happening, y'all. It's going down. Listen, let me pause for the call. Do this for you, for me, and for us because I am a content creator and I need your support. The information is out there. Donation, Cash App, PayPal. I'm pretty sure you all have one of those, right? Honor your content creator because they are doing research that you're not going to do, right? I'm putting information out here that you all are not researching. And if you have researched it, put it on the time and share. Or better yet, let me know and I can put a link out there and you can come on and share it. And that's okay. Why? Because this is the People's Podcast. Wind Down Wednesday. Therapy with a Sick. Grown folk conversation. Thank you, the intuitive one, Craig Leverett, for your donation. Let me look at this. Y'all donate. Yes, indeed. Gratitude, gratitude. Amazing, amazing. Gratitude, gratitude. Let me check it out. I'm looking at y'all. Okay. All right. So, okay. Let's look at this. Y'all is something else. Y'all know what? Wind Down Wednesday family. Y'all be on something, man. Okay. Yes, indeed. DW at 217 says to be able to think and to speak for yourself and not be a puppet on the string. Okay. T Swin, baby. She meant to be able. Yes. Thank you, T Swin. Yes, indeed. That's what we do, you all. We always got each other's back up in here, y'all. We family. I promise you all, we are family up in here. When you come in here, I guarantee you, you can feel the atmosphere, that it's a welcoming atmosphere and that you will not be attacked, right? But you will be invited and you will be shared with as you share. Oh, come on, talk to me. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation. Yes, indeed. Queen Octavia says we may want freedom. What would we? What would be the downside? What would be the downside? You already know what the downside is. That some of us gonna have to die, just for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only. Some of us would have to die for educational purposes, entertainment purposes. T. Swin says, "Can a black person truly be free in America?" Oh, T. Swin, yeah, I think you know the answer to that. I think you just want me to broadcast it. Hell no. Hello, hello, T. Swin. Why you do that, T? You know, you already know. T. Swin said, T. Swin said, what? Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh my God. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. The best that we can hope for, T, and I know you know this, is liberation. That's why our liberation leaders led with that because they already knew that freedom is out of the question. Because our European counterparts know that if we achieve total freedom, we would take over. And in taking over, they feel that what they've done to us, we would somehow do to them, right? But Dr. Bobby Wright dispelled all of that by saying that we can't even think about that because that's never going to happen. If you all don't know who Dr. Bobby Wright is, y'all need to look him up and read his information. The brother was prolific. And as all of our black liberators were assassinated for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only, were assassinated. Why? Because they had the code, the key to freedom. They went beyond liberation. They just didn't want to be liberated. They wanted freedom. I want to be free from you because your behavior says that you are a social psychopath or a psychopath for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only. Your behavior throughout the world has determined that one, you cannot get along with anyone. That's flag number one. Two, you create chaos wherever you go. I admonish you all to get Dr. Bobby Wright's book on social psychopath. Okay, as it concerns our European counterparts, just for educational purposes only. And for those of my European brothers and sisters that are down for the cause, I'm not talking to you. But if the shoe fit, you got to wear it, right? Isn't that what we say? Okay, let me get back to the topic at hand. Okay, okay. Queen Kizzy says, again, it comes with the highest, strongest frequency and energy we put out into the atmosphere. That's why there is no in between with us. Either you love us or you don't, because we truly embody the freedom to be authentic. Hey, okay. Y'all hear what Queen Keisha just said? That's powerful. But you better not take your little Puerto Rican ass out there in the streets because they're gonna come in them streets. If you take your little Puerto Rican ass out there in them streets, they gonna round your little ass up and ask you for your are are you documented? Show us your ID. And then see, you already know what your little ass gonna do. You're gonna be out there fighting them. Get your hands off of me. Fuck you. If you put your hands on me again, I'm gonna do something to you. I'm gonna make your body shrivel up. You, you already know. Y'all, I'm messing with Kizzy, but Kizzy is Puerto Rican. So y'all know if they see her, what they gonna do, try to do, right? And then we all gonna have to come to the rescue. Hey man, let her go. Hey man, don't put your hands on her again, man. If you put your hands on her again, man, we're gonna hey, we gotta demonstrate. I don't know about any of you all, man, but I know what demonstration is about, right? For educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. I'm just talking, not. But anyway, that's my baby girl, y'all. Queen Kizzy. We up in here. Queen Octavia says, T Swing, good question. Not just here, everywhere. Okay. Okay, Miss McClendon. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Okay. The Prince of Peace. All right. There go 217 DW. Since Dr. Martin Luther King want us under the rule and authority of the white folks, you see the downfall. The Bible told us about mixing to stay in our own huts. You see why the problem won't stop. It is written. I can't make this up. Even our elders know this. Real talk. You know, hey, DW, I'm gonna let you know you own something hey, real good though. But see, our European counterparts know that we weren't supposed to mix. This is why they had a problem with mixed relationships. And I'm gonna be open and honest with you all. Let me just take a minute. Hold on. Let me take a sip. Excuse me. Let me take a sip before I say what I say. Salute. I don't believe in race mixing. And I know some of you are for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only. I don't believe in race mixing. But here's what our European counterparts got out of that. They understood that. This is why they were so angry. And this is why when you had mixed relationships, they did what they did, right? And if you go back and if you study, our ancestors, our elders told us that don't mess with what? Forbidden fruit. We all know what forbidden fruit is for educational purposes, entertainment. We know what forbidden fruit is. We already know that. That, hey man, leave don't bring that home. I was growing up. See, I come up in the 60s, so I know what that is when it says that don't bring that home. See, our counterparts wasn't only telling their children that, but we were telling our children that don't bring that home. Oh, come on here. Don't bring that home. What we do? We cut, like the old folks say, you cut across the grain. What does that mean? If you have a understanding of what that means, put a 4 on the timeline. We growing, y'all. We going up in numbers. Let me take you down, DW. So with that, our ancestors told us what was going to be the outcome of that if you did that. So they said, leave that alone. Don't do that. That's forbidden fruit. You know, ignorant people don't know what forbidden fruit is. They think it's, oh, don't go out there and mess with poison ivy. Fool, that ain't what they talking about. They trying to get you to read between the lines. Don't bring that up in here. So what did they do? They went and got Cindy Portier ass for educational purposes. Cindy Portier ass to play in the movie Look Who's Coming Home for Dinner. How many of you all know about that movie? How many, if you do, put a 5 out there. I'm pretty sure most of you all don't know because that's a very old movie. Look Who's Coming Home for Dinner. But they did redo it, right? They did redo it. That's what they was that's when they started their programming because they knew that listen, our survivability is based upon us to incubate ourselves in them for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only because it was a movie. It was only a movie, right? So that's what it was. Queen Octavia put it up here for us. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Barney Max. Yeah, that's right. Barney Max playing in it. What was it for? For programming. And then they come back with the same tactic. See, with our European counterparts, it's the same tactics, but a different day. And we're the only ones that fall for it. Let me tell you why we fall for it. And I'm gonna get us out of here because boy, we hanging long tonight, y'all. Okay. So when you think about why they came back with that same tactic was to program us. How many of you all know that we've been programmed and we have to deprogram and debug ourselves with what? Proper information. Why? Because they have downloaded in us what? Misinformation and what? Disinformation. To what? Mislead and misguide us to a place where they can what? Rule over us. Isn't that something? That's something. That's something. So with that, with what they did with Sidney Portier was profound. Some of you don't know what I'm talking about because you're not old enough to know. But this is the place where you can get caught up on information. So, and if you'll notice, Cynthia Poitier never, ever, you can go back and check it for yourself, man, fought for any black cause. Go back and look at it. You'll never see him on the front line fighting for nothing. And these are the people that we hurl and we lift up. Are you listening to me? And before I get out of here, I'm going to tell y'all something. The closest thing that we've ever had to a black father is Malik El Hajj, Malik El Shabazz. Guess who he was tutored by? And I'm gonna leave y'all with this, and I'm gonna get out of it. Guess who he was tutored? None other than our elder historian, Dr. Henrik Clark. Elijah Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan. All of them was trying to figure out where you getting this information from. If y'all don't believe me, look it up. I'm telling y'all facts right now. And this is what they hide from us because they know we still under the shield of liberation and not freedom. But what Dr. Henry Clark tried to do was free us because he was teaching Malcolm, Malik El Haj Shabbat, how to free us. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me, and I know because I got Muslim brothers. They know what my sentiments are. See, and here's the crazy part. The crazy part is about they say that you can't say anything about the nation, nigga, we'll kill you. But you ain't gonna do nothing to your counterpart for educational purposes only. Oh, I'm talking just for a minute. Hold on, let me get another sip and I'm gonna say something else. Salute. So, okay. So what Dr. Henry Clark did was he taught Malik El Haj, Malik El Shabazz what the truth was. See, and the truth was contrary to the nation. Now let us bear in mind and let us see when you know the truth make you free or to set you free. One of the two. It either make you free or to set you free. See, see, Malcolm fool around and run up on the truth. Cause see, what he understood was then that, wait a minute, you come up selling vacuum cleaners and bean pies. And now you the only prophet. And you got the last word. Hold on, y'all. See, here's what this is what I'm trying to get. They just like the preachers. But listen. You can't make this shit up. So he said, he the last prophet. Listen, he don't have anything to do with what real Islamism, because real Islamism deals with the Prophet Muhammad. And the Prophet Muhammad doesn't have anything to do with Islamism in the current state of America. See, we ain't gonna talk about this. Why? Why we're not gonna talk about it? We're gonna be threatened. Nigga, we'll kill you out here talking about this like you talking about the honorable Elijah Muhammad. What? See, when Malcolm exposed him, oh, well, oh, now we finna get into a conversation. See, Malcolm exposed him. And for you sisters and for you black women that keep on with this bullshit. See, Malcolm exposed, all you got to do is read and understand your history. See, Malcolm exposed him that what he was doing was taking them young sisters, them young girls, and what he was doing was impregnating them. Not only was he impregnating them, but he was disavowing them. If you don't know what the word disavow means, look the damn word up. Are you listening to me? Look the damn word up. to disavow. He sit there and impregnated them. And then what he not only disavowed them, but then what he did was extricated them from the Nation of Islam. Now that's what set Malcolm off, or Malik El-Haj Shabazz, peace be upon him, that set him off. See, we ain't gonna talk about this. See, because they said, well, you don't need to air your black laundry online. At some point, we're gonna have to do this because that's the only thing that's gonna make them become circumspect, right? So when you take a minute and think about it, oh y'all hear me? Do you hear me? So now when you sitting here listening to what they're bellowing out in the Nation of Islam, let me tell you something. When you spill innocent blood, the blood cries out. Haven't y'all noticed that Islam hasn't been able to go beyond the parameters that it's in? It can't. Because why? They spill innocent blood. When they killed Malik El-Haj, Malik El-Shabazz, when they assassinated him or unalived him for education and purposes only, don't cut my video off. FaceTime, YouTube, TikTok. When they unalived him, it was for the purpose of quietening everything. Let's quieten. We got the quietness because there is too much that is coming upon the Nation of Islam. See, I know this getting ready to get out here. Watch this. I'm getting ready to say something. And y'all pray for me. And I ain't never been scared. But y'all pray for me. Let me say this. Louis X was a student of Malik El-Haj, Malik El-Shabazz. He was a student. Hold on, let me take it. So they can blame it on my intoxication. Oh, he was intoxicated or inebriated, which is why he was saying all of these things. But Louis X, who later on became Louis Farrakhan, was the student Malcolm was tutoring. So, in that aspect of what was happening was that there needed to be a shift of, of power and recognition. Are you listening? So here's Malcolm. Malcolm is demonstrating with the fact of JFK, Jeff Fitzgerald Kennedy, which is where I get my name from. My middle, it's Fitzgerald. I told you I come up in the 60s. Let me give me a minute and I'm gonna get us out of here. But we're gonna have some real conversation. So Malcolm says when Fitzgerald gets unalived for educational purposes only, he says the chickens are coming home to what? Y'all know that. If y'all know what he said, put it on the timeline. They came home to do what? Let me see if I can beat y'all. They came home to put it on time. They came home to do what? They came home to that's what he said. So what did our boy do? What did it? What did the vacuum cleaner bean pie man do? And that, hey, and I'm not being disrespectful. Look it up. Elijah Poole, before he became Elijah Muhammad, he sold bean pies and vacuum cleaners. That's a fact. Look it up. See, we're not going to talk about that because why we say we shouldn't air our dirty laundry out. We shouldn't tear certain things out. That's why they've been able to keep doing what they doing because we never put any cover on Malik El Hajj, Malik El Shabazz. We never put any cover on Malcolm. We never said that Malcolm was right. We never said Malcolm was right when he was right all the time. Why do you think? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If y'all want me to stay on here and talk about this, put a 6 on the timeline. If not, I'm gonna get out of here. Cause this gonna cost me something, and it's okay. I'm willing to pay. If y'all want me to stay on here, put the 6 on the timeline. And we're gonna talk about this. Because this is very important, man. Because at some point, somebody gonna talk about it, right? We're gonna talk about it. Because this some bullshit. And we won't talk about it. Why? Because we already know with the Nation of Islam, they'll threaten you, they'll come out, they want to hurt you, and they want to kill you. Right? Okay. So, and most of the ones, Malcolm trained them. He taught them. Y'all have to really understand what this is. When y'all looking at Louis X, when y'all looking at him, he was positioned as an opposition to Malik El Hajj, Malik El Shabazz. But see, and let me go back to Malcolm. See, Malcolm was an honorable man. He honored all of them, regardless to what it is they were saying about him and was trying to do to him. Malcolm was honorable. You ain't gonna talk to me, but it's okay. It's okay. I got some Islamic brothers that be on here and talking that bullshit. Y'all talking shit that don't make sense because y'all have accepted the programming too, which is what Malcolm was trying to tell us to move away from. What was he trying to tell us? He was trying to tell us that the Nation of Islam was in the bed with our European counterparts. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. My professor told me. He was a European from Georgia. Y'all, when I say Georgia, y'all know what I mean, right? From Georgia. Right? Okay. So that's where I got my doctorates from him. Because he had his own school and I taught at it. Right? So when you looking at me, listen, I'm degreed up. I know what I'm talking about and I can validate it. But here's what he told me. He says, mind you, that he's Eurocentric for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only. Guess what he told me? He said, listen, he said, white people never do anything they do not benefit from. Y'all in here? Is y'all in here? I'm gonna get back to this in just a second. So what did they do? They silenced Malcolm. Told Malcolm, we're gonna silence you for X amount of days. You can't speak again. Malcolm, like, what are you talking about? So you've spoken out against the nation's beloved one, Jeff John Fitzgerald. You can't do that. But then you have to think about it because he had already sent Malcolm down to Mississippi to meet with the KKK. Hey, we're talking about it's Martin Luther King time, right? Let's talk about this. So he done sent Malcolm down to meet with the KKK. This fact, you can look it up. So what what had happened was, y'all know we say what had happened was that what Elijah Muhammad done did was struck a deal with them. Whatever y'all doing, we won't involve the Nation of Islam. Malcolm found that to be a problem. Hold on, man. This ain't what we supposed to be doing. See, because Malcolm had a heart from the people, because where did Malcolm come from? From the streets. As we say, from the streets. See, Malcolm came from the streets. I'm a black history. I teach black history, so y'all can understand this. Why I'm talking about this. I know exactly what I'm talking about, and if you look it up, you'll know that he is straight up on point. So now, let me get back to a point I was making earlier, and then I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Remember, I told y'all that my professor said that white people never do anything that they cannot benefit from for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes, right? So let's take a minute and think about it. So you look at Lewis X, right? I'm gonna leave it in that ram because I ain't gonna call the other name. I'm gonna leave it in that ram, Lewis X, so they can't say he was totally disrespectful to the Nation of Islam. So if you look at it, he told me, he said, what? Europeans, for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only, never do anything they can't benefit, right? So if they killed, excuse me, if they unalived Malik El Hajj, Malik El Shabazz, and they unalived Dr. King, right? He didn't die at the St. Lorraine Hotel. He died at the hospital. They killed him at the hospital, for those of you that don't know. So they unalived them, right? So what he shared with me is, when you don't, let me let me put this in. Let me frame this right. So he said, when you don't serve their purpose, they will get rid of you. Right? So let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's just say this. Look at this in a real surreal setting. Our European counterparts don't care who they execute, unalive, or assassinate for educational purposes only. They don't care who you are. If you have the current person in power right now that will go over and bomb a whole country and take out their leader and imprison them, what do you think they think about the Nation of Islam? What you think they think about Louis X? Nothing. So what is that telling you? That's telling you that there is some level of cooperation. You serve a purpose as to why we have you here. We don't fear you. But you got a bunch of fellas up in here with some bow ties on and some suits on. We don't fear that. We'll knock all of y'all out. We'll do just like we did in New Jersey. We'll drop a bomb on all of y'all. Get out of here. We're the only stupid individuals that don't really understand, overstand, surround stand what's happening. Haven't you ever noticed that the Nation of Islam, they'll go down in the hoods and they'll beat the shit out of them brothers? But they ain't gonna do nothing to our European counterparts. Nothing. Nothing. Nathan. Man, don't say nothing to me. Don't talk to me about that. Do you hear me? And you'll hear me well. And I know I'm gonna get blowback about that. That's okay. That's cool. Because it's the truth. And we ain't gonna speak it. We ain't gonna say it. We too busy honoring some. Let me go back to something I was talking about earlier. I'm for real. I'm gonna get us out of here. When I talked about spilling innocent blood, let's take it to a biblical principle, because I know a number of us, we've come through the church, or we're in the church, or we have been influenced by the church. And we know the story of Cain and Abel, who names were actually Habel and Cain. Those were the actual names, Habel and Cain. Because they was black, they was Hebrews. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But when Cain slayed Habel, or Cain killed Abel, his blood did what? Cried out. And when his blood cried out, then the Most High then moved on his behalf, right? So you have to understand then what the nation of Islam did was they slayed innocent blood, which is why they can't move beyond the parameters that they have. That's why they can't influence anyone, because they spilled innocent blood. Malcolm was innocent. They know what they did. They're gonna tell you, oh, our European counterparts did. No, they nigga, we know what y'all did. Let me tell y'all something. Black people know everything. And when you're in a power position, you have the ability to don't say that. But those of us that know the truth, man, we share it among ourselves. But guess what? I'm out here talking about it. So I already know. When they see me, they're gonna talk about, nigga, what was you talking? I was talking about what I was talking about. And I'm gonna let y'all know, man, on God, ain't no fear in me. And those of you that know me, y'all know ain't no fear in that dude. What am I really saying to you all? That what has been done to us has been done to us, those that are in power positions that can change the narrative, but they're not going to change it. Why? Because they're benefiting from it. In 1968, when Dr. King was shot at and later on unalived, I was in Memphis, Tennessee. Not only that, my mother's best friend worked at the St. Lorraine Hotel. Guess what, y'all? She didn't go to work that day because she was sick. Are y'all listening to me? And then the day before that, they were on uh, Main Street and we were marching. In fact, we were on the line with or my mom said we were behind um the Funky Chicken Man, Rufus Thomas, Carla Thomas, and there was some other prolific singers, renowned people that were there in Memphis. Yo, I remember this as a child, as a small boy. I was there. I am a part of history. When you talk about that, I was there. Are you listening to me? So we heard the conversations. We knew what was going on as small children. So when you bring that the honorable Elijah Muhammad stuff to me, go on somewhere with that. I honor, I honor who he is, but you can't bring that to me because I know the real true circumstances. When you know that, you can free yourself. You can't be locked into that, right? And then they try to condemn you and bring you into that and say, brother, you don't understand the blackness. No, you don't understand it. We ain't all stupid, right? So here's what I'm saying to you. Lewis X, you know who you are and you know what you're doing. That's on you. And that's on you and your people that you have with you. You know that. And a lot of things when you transition gonna be exposed. Y'all watch it come out. When he transition, a whole bunch of them that's been holding a mule, that mule gonna get loose. They goes, yeah, get it up, Ginger. Get it up, Ginger. They gonna release that, right? Lit. Y'all, I done been on both sides of the fence. I'm highly educated. I'm highly educated, but also I'm highly educated on the other side of the fence. I was a thug. Listen to me. I come up in a middle class family, man, and I was a thug. No, my mama said, "Boy, you wasn't reared like that. What is wrong with you?" I became a thug because I felt like that what should be happening. My mom said, "Boy, you're misguided." And my mom put my coattail. When my mom put my coattail, it brought me to a different realm and different level of thought processing. And all I'm saying to you all is, listen to me, man. They have people in places to deceive us. I promise you that when Lewis X, for educational purposes only, transition, you're going to see a different nation. Because why? They're going to leave that old rhetoric and that bullshit. And they're going to realize that, you know what? Malcolm was trying to develop a universal relationship with everything and everybody. And if you're still in the room and you believe that Malcolm was trying to do that, put a 7 on the time. 7 represents the number of perfected realm of completion. And that's something, that's what we came to. Let me see if anyone else donated before we get out of here. I know I overstayed this, family. I was trying to get us out of here, but that thing jumped on me. I got that wine in me. I know I'm gonna have to deal with it. So, we said, Apostle Clay, man, you know you out of pocket, man. Nigga better not come to Chicago. We're gonna fuck you up. I would say, okay, bro, I ain't coming. I ain't coming, but Ice gonna come fuck all of y'all up. That's that wine. Okay, it's Wine Down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip. Grown folk conversation. I am your host with the most one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. And guess what? You are on the People's Podcast, baby. It's all about the people. And when you come in here, I guarantee you we're gonna keep it real. 100. Like everyone is saying on the timeline. Let me go up because you all put, how many of y'all put 100 on it? Let me put this out here for y'all. I've always said this about the gangsters in the hood too. Terrorize your own people, but won't touch a hair on the head of anyone that doesn't look like you. I, hey, T Swing, exactly. Isn't that something? We must get an understanding of facts. That's right, Queen. That's right. That's right, Miss Chocolate. That's 217, baby, with a fine self. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They lift up MLK because he told you to turn the other cheek. Malcolm told you by any means necessary. Yes, indeed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me go down. I'm just going down the timeline to hit everybody up before we get out of here. Yes, sir. The Prince of Peace says they do nothing that they don't benefit from. Heard it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yep. Yep. DW said our parents said the same thing. Yes, indeed. Let's pause and look at the many black men they have taken down. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Queen Octavia. Yes, indeed. So true. Yeah. 100. Yes, indeed. Y'all in here, see, we've been silent. Yes. We've been silent, right? T Swin says, I've always said this about the gangsters in the hood too. Terrorize your own people, but won't touch a hair on the head of anyone that doesn't look like you. Yes, indeed. Back again. Yes, sir, T. Yes, sir. 100. Yes, indeed. Yes, we up in here, y'all. Queen Knox says, why do we have to shut the truth up? I know, right? Hey, a lot of times because they done threaten the hell out of us. No fear. 100. We ain't on it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Just for point of information, y'all, it's a lot I ain't letting on to that I know, right? Because I've been doing this, y'all, for over 30 years. Okay. And I'm doing this because it's necessary. But one thing that I do know is that our European counterparts don't leave none of us here if we don't serve their purpose. Now, y'all take that and swallow it how you want to swallow it. Yes, sir. Gratitude, T. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's my son, y'all, Remy Clay. That's one of my other sons. Y'all see my elder son, Jeff. Uh, Uremia is the next oldest to him. That's Rim Man right there, y'all. Shout out to Rim Man. That's hanging out with us in the grown folk conversation. Isn't that something? All right. But yeah, just take a minute and think about it. Let me see if anyone else has donated before we get out of here. I'm going to get y'all out of here. Let me see. Okay. All right. I know gratitude for you all that's going to share after the live is gone off. But I just want to let you all know, man, gratitude. Thank you all for hanging in here. Man, we've been in here for an hour and 56 minutes. Y'all did this. Cause I was trying to get up out of here. Y'all did that. This is my son. He said shalom, y'all. Yes, indeed. Y'all did this here, man. I was trying to get y'all out of here. Look at DW says, I'm going to sign out. Much love, everyone, big bro. I got you on the donations. Much love. Great time in the wind down Wednesday sessions tonight. Keep teaching, bro. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. What a wind down Wednesday. Absolutely, Queen Octavia. Uh, that's my Remito. She's talking to Uremia. All right, y'all. Hey, fam. Y'all know what we do. What we do. We've come to that space and place and time where we must say what? Hold what you got. Muse over it. Cogitate upon it. Ponder on it. Meditate upon it. But by all means, do what? Govern yourselves accordingly. One what? One love, eternal light, peace, power, prosperity, and excellent health, in the words of the Prince of Peace. Excellent health. See y'all in the next go round. I see you, T. I caught it before we got out of here. Here's to the freedom, not just the permission to move, but the power to choose our path on our time and live without invisible chains. Liberty is granted, freedom is earned. Salute. I'm gonna leave that up there and let that roll through there. Y'all see what T put out there? T Swing. Shit, I done finished 2 bales. Hold on, T, before we get out of here. Let me. All right. Y'all know that's worthy to toasting to. Salute, salute, salute. Here's to freedom, not just permission to move, but the power to choose our path, own our time, and live without invisible chains. Liberty is granted, but freedom is earned. Salute. And may you live forever, and shall I never die. And before we get out of here, if you haven't had an opportunity to pick it up yet, Love is for Suckers by T. Swin. This information is on the timeline. Just scroll back up and you can find it. Yes, indeed. It's an excellent read. Gratitude, T. Swin. Also, shout out to Dr. Clear, creating the amazing you. ATL, baby. You can find her out there as well. Shout out also to Rosalind McLean. She has a nice book out, series 1, 2, and 3, Ocean of Thoughts. Check her out. She out there. All right, fam. We're gonna go ahead on and definitely get up out of here. And our intent is never to offend anyone because that's not what we do. But what we do is tend to reveal what the truth is, right? And have grown folk conversation. This is what grown folk talk about without getting angry with each other. And we can say that, you know what? This damn, I didn't think about that like that. But yeah, it is what it is. All right. Peace and love. I love you all. I'll see y'all next wind down.